My name is Sarshini Patita. So today I would like to present about a practical task demonstration. My team members are me, myself, and Priyadashini Elangope and Karen Sylvia Simon. So as the question given here that the routing table of each of the routers. So based on the routing table of each of the router, we have to design or create a topology by referring to it. And this is our topology that we created by referring to the routing table of each of the router. So now I would like to explain about the routing table of R1. So in order to connect to the serial port of using a SerDCE cable, we have to install a port using a HWIC 2T module, which is this one. Okay. Next is, as we can see the routing table of R1 is directly connected to G00 interface, which is connected to the switch 1, which is S1, and then it also directly connected to S000 interface, which is connected to the R2. Like we can see it represented as C code, which is referred to it is directly connected. So at the first, we configure the host name for router 1, which is R1. We also configure to disable the DNS lookup in order to prevent the R1 from translating incorrectly by using a no IP domain -lookup command. So after we configure the host name for our router 1, which is R1 and DNS lookup command, we also configure IPv4 address for G00 interface and S000 interface by referring to the routing table of R1. When we configure the IP address, IPv4 address, we have to look at the local address, which is represented as an L code in the routing table. Like when we, for example, like when we configure for assign an IP address for interface G00, we have to look at this IP address, which is 172.31.1.1. But the subnet mask, we have to refer to the normal subnet mask, which is 25. Okay. Next is, in order to activate the interface, we have to do, or we have to use no shutdown command. Okay. Next we can see in this routing table, S code is configured in routing table of R1. So S code is referred to the static root. Static root is configured for R1 because R1 is is not connected to R3. So in order to communicate, so in order to ping R1 and R3, we have to configure the static root for R1. Okay. So as we can learn, as we can know, and as we learn in this chapter, that there is a two way to configure the static root. So in this case, it uses the next hop address, which we can see right here, which is via and via. Okay. So for this router 1, which is R1 S3 network that we highlighted in this topology, which is this is network 1 and network 2, and next is network 3. There is 3 network and in this topology for R1. So we configure using IP root command like IP root. Next is network address, following by subnet mask of the network address, and after that we have to assign next op address. This is how we configure the static root for by using a next hop address. Okay, next we can see the IPv6 routing table. So it is very similar to IPv4 address that we configured before, but we have to just add IPv6 wording in front when we configure the IP address for directly connected for G00 and S000 interface. But for static root, when we configure the static root for IPv6, before that we have to assign one command to do those all the things. which is IPv6 unicast routing command. We have to enable the IPv6 routing before we configure the static route for IPv6. So this is how we do. So when I see the router 1, so I can see all my commands by assigning no show run. Like I assign, like I configure the host name and IPv6 unicast routing, and these are the things that we configure for static route, which is for this one is for IPv4, and following this one is IPv6 routing commands. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Parent Sylvia. Now I want to present about router 2. Okay, first of all, we have to change the host name, which is R2. Then the C symbol, which means directly connected. G00 IP address. G00 IP address refer to local address, which is here, local address. And then as referred to static route, we also configure to disable DNS lookup in order to router 2 from translating incorrectly by using no IP domain lookup. We configure IPv4 address for G00 interface by referring to the router 2. Okay, for the router 2, we can use command show IP route to check this configuration. Next command is show IPv6 route. These are the IPv6 routes. Next, next is IPv6 address similar to IPv4 address. When we configure IPv6 address, we have to look the local address, which is 172.31.0.1, which is present as L code. In routing table, while the subnet must refer to directed connected to network.
Hey everyone, my name is Priyadarshini Ilangovan and I will be continuing the presentation with R3. As shown in routing table of R3, it is directly connected to interface G0/0, which is connected to switch 3, and interface S0/0/1, which is connected to router 2, also known as R2. The symbol C here represents as directly connected. First, we have to assign router 3 as R3 according to the routing table. Then, do basic configuration as disable DNS lookup to avoid translating during spelling errors. We configure IPv4 address for interface G0/0 and interface S0/0/1 by referring to routing table on R3. This is the routing table. Next, when we configure the IPv4 address, we refer to local address, which is represented by L, while subnet mask is referred to C, which is directly connected. In order to activate these interfaces, we use no shutdown command. Next, the S symbol represents static route. Static route is configured for R3 because R3 is not connected to R1. So, in order to communicate R3 and R1, we have to configure static route for R3. Next, configure IPv6 address as we configure IPv4. Then configure static route for IPv6 by using next hop address. It is similar to IP route for IPv4 address, but we have to use IPv6 address. Before configure static route for IPv6, we have to enable IPv4 routing by using IPv4 unicast routing command. To check your progress, go to R3, CLI, and type show IP route for IPv4 address and show IPv6 route. By this, you can see your progress. I think that's all from us. Thank you.